Hey y'all, and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Gemini season. So big ups to my Gem. Big ups to my Geminis, y'all.
My bad, bitches.
But this is not what this video is about. So this video is definitely going to be a long one. So just prepare yourselves, but I promise I'm going to be talking about some informative things that could help for anyone out there that's looking to move. And I'm not just talking about out of state, but in general, just making a move. And you just need the resources and a little advice as to what to do and how to do it. So this video is for you. First and foremost, I'm more than likely going to upload this video to my YouTube channel because it's going to be pretty long. So if you're not subbed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. And I'm going to put the link back in my bio because I've been inactive for a while. But I plan to get active on YouTube. So make sure y'all sub to my channel. If you're already subbed to my channel, welcome back. Welcome back. Long time no see. So if you know, you know. If you don't, you guys, I moved to Georgia. As of about a week ago. So I've been in Georgia for as good as a week now. And I feel like I have more than enough to share with you guys about my move. So first thing I want to share with you guys is if it's something that you want and you want it bad enough, do it. Go for it. The time will never be right. The time will never be right. You can wake up tomorrow and literally start a whole new life if you decide that's what you want to do. And let me just tell y'all how I did it. Because I moved to Georgia. If I'm really being honest with y'all, I moved to Georgia without a plan. Well, I have a plan. I have a plan A. Let me say that. I have a plan A, but I don't have a plan B. So if plan A failed, then I have to go a different route. But I just want to just share my story with somebody because God spoke to me a while ago and he said, you know, everybody has a story, but your story is different. So I'm going to share my little testimony with you guys. So I decided to move to Georgia. And I know a lot of people were asking what made me move to Georgia. What made me move to Georgia? How did I make my move? When did I make my move? And things like that. So it's now mid-May. My birthday is next week. I'll be 30. Oh my gosh, I'm joining the 30s club. So my birthday is May 29th. And needless to say, I just knew that where I was is where I no longer wanted to be. And for years, and I mean years, I've always wanted to move to Georgia, and it's been this way since I was a kid. And if you really, I mean, really ever had a conversation with me, I more than likely mentioned it to you because I've mentioned it to almost everyone that I've crossed paths with about me relocating one day. So this is something I've been speaking about for a long time. Before my move, and I'm gonna just give y'all the whole rundown. So before my move, I ended up getting a Section 8 voucher. At the time of getting the Section 8 voucher, I was unemployed. And for some reason, I guess with the Section 8 voucher, you still have to have some sort of, source of income coming in when you're looking for housing. I didn't have any income. I was self-employed. So, of course, that didn't make sense to them. So I ended up getting a job. Fast forward a couple months, I ended up getting a job so that I could make my move because with the Section 8 voucher, I was able to relocate anywhere in the U.S. So I figured, the time is right for me to go to Georgia with my Section 8 voucher. That's the help that I would need. Long story short, y'all, I ended up getting a job. I started working at the airport. And the job that I was working, I was making not only base pay, but I was making commission too. So I was making commission, I was making holiday pay, I was making overtime. Like y'all, I was clocking it. I was clocking the hours because I knew like I wanted to move. I knew I wanted to move. So I started working there in September. January came and I ended up going to Georgia, and it wasn't supposed to go this way, but I ended up taking my daughter. So we ended up taking like a vacation in January for a couple of days. What actually was supposed to have been me looking for housing turned out to be just a mini getaway for me and my daughter. So from January until March, come March, I came back to Georgia, and this time again I was supposed to look for housing. That did not work out. It didn't work out, but I did end up looking at one apartment, and that apartment I do have posted to my Instagram and I think TikTok. So if you're not following me, make sure you follow me so you can check it out for like an apartment tour. So at the time that I came in March, I didn't sign my lease. I ended up coming all the way, well, going all the way back home to Cleveland, Ohio, and then I decided, okay, I can't do this. Like, if I don't make my move and if I don't make it now, this is what I have to settle for. And like I said, I was living in a low income apartment. And the days went by and I was just like, no, like when I was just away in Georgia, like I felt good. I felt good. And like me being back at home, it just was not what I wanted. So I ended up reaching out to my now apartment that I have. I ended up reaching out to them and letting them know that I did want to move forward with the process. So I ended up signing my lease and everything. And I ended up getting like a money order to give them my deposit or whatnot for the apartment. So I had my apartment from April, and I didn't move in my apartment until May, I want to say Mother's Day weekend, around May 10th. So I had my apartment from April until May. So I was paying rent and I wasn't even here. Fast forward, I ended up being over income. I was making too much income for the Section 8 voucher, so they ended up revoking my Section 8 voucher. And I said, you know what? If I'm really being honest with you, this is what they want us to do. They want us to be stagnant. And when I say they, I mean like welfare and government assistance and things like that. Like they want us to be restricted, and I wasn't going for that. And I knew there were so many people waiting to be like, I knew she wasn't going to move. I know she not going to move. I know she can't do it. And I didn't feel comfortable knowing that I told everyone about this move and then I back out of it. You know, all because I don't have Section 8. No. So what I ended up doing is going forward with my move, y'all. I let go of the Section 8 voucher. I ended up leaving my apartment back at home in Ohio, which, remind you guys, it was low income. So I was paying literally little to nothing. I mean, I went from having a life of just doing the bare minimum and just barely getting by to now I'm in a city where I feel like it's for me. I feel like, all right, if you want to be this boss to CEO, like you're amongst bosses and CEOs and you need to carry yourself as such. And like when I tell y'all this have been like the best decision I've made, and when I say everything and everybody tried to come against me, the whole while I was making this move, like God was making me so uncomfortable. He started to expose, you know, the truth about people around me, and I just started to feel like I just didn't belong anymore. Like I was having fallouts with family, friends, like nothing was really working out for me. Like a day before I ended up coming to Georgia, sorry, I'm trying to, this pimple is bothering me. I need to get like some of the pimple patches. And I was supposed to be going to Target. But that's off topic. So, see, I lost what I was saying. Oh, but I also ended up leaving my daughter back at home in Ohio with her dad and family, just for about a couple of weeks, so that I was able to get like my work situation in order, and you know, make it comfortable for her when she do get here, because I ended up just leaving everything. Like I packed up what I was able to pack up in my truck, and I left everything behind. Like, I moved to Georgia with literally less than $500 in my account, and some people will say, you know, that is crazy, and I agree. I agree, because there were little things that was coming up. Like, I unknowingly had to stay in a hotel for 2 days because my apartment did not have my keys ready. Although my rent was paid, my keys were misplaced. So I stayed in the apartment for 2 days. I mean, I stayed in a hotel for 2 days. Saturday, Sunday, and I checked out Monday morning. But yeah, so I've been in Georgia for a week now. And how is it going for me? It is going amazing. I still have not got out and really got like the full effect of it, but I have been exploring. I've been exploring. And as far as work goes, I do have some good news to share. But as far as work go, when I first came out here, I started doing Uber Eats, and I'm still doing it currently just for like some extra cash. But back at home, you cannot pay me to do that for real. Like, you couldn't pay me. And the people here tip really, really good. And I can also like sit in my house and get orders to my phone. So I don't even have to like be out waiting for the orders to come in to accept. I can literally just accept it from my home. So I love that. But yeah, on the other note, the good news is that I got a work from home job. So, and I just found that out as of like yesterday. So she reached out to me and told me that the recruiter had some really great things to say about me. So I just signed paperwork for my background check and things like that. So I start the day before my birthday, and my birthday is next week, the 29th. I start the 28th. So I will be working full time from home, making 17 plus an hour. Like, y'all cannot tell me that God is not good. Like, God is amazing. And I do want to add to that too. Before I moved to Georgia, I was already like putting in job applications because I knew, and I want to say probably like a month ahead of time, because I knew even if they started reaching out, I couldn't attend because I would have to do like Zoom or phone interviews. So I started applying to jobs ahead of time. Then by the time I made my move, I had interviews in order. Luckily for me, the job that I just got, I did 3 interviews, and they were all over Zoom. They were all over Zoom, and like I said, it's a remote work from job. I'm sorry, it's a remote work from home job. I did have to provide my own equipment. Y'all, I already knew I had the job. Like, I knew I had the job. I ended up literally buying 2 computers, and I bought the headset. I just ordered like the camera because she said that we have to be on camera for training for I think a week or 2. No, I think 2 weeks. But y'all, I was already ahead of the game. Like, I was buying the equipment and everything because I had my mind set on like, no, like, this job is mine. And I knew that I would rather have it versus me having to like addy up the money to get it, knowing that like money is really tight right now. So I got all of that ahead of time. So yeah, that is great news. I'm super excited about that. So I mean, I guess if I do decide to still do Uber Eats, it's just like for, you know, just to have some extra cash. But for the most part, being that I work remotely, I really don't have to be out here in this weather, this traffic. Like, if I decide to come out, it'll be like later in the day, y'all, because your girl be in this heat, irritated. Irritated, but bills got to get paid. So I'm doing what I can. See, now like my little edges is, Lord, fix it. But yeah, I love it here, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like I said, I've only been here for a week, but I've known Georgia to be this beautiful place since before I moved here. And let me just share this too with you guys. Because I was waiting for God to give me like the go. I was waiting for God to be like, okay, now it's the time. That never really happened. And I just want to tell y'all, when they say walk by faith and not by sight, that is a thing. Before I came to Georgia, I saw a TikTok, and she said she did like a password prayer with God, and she told God to reveal something to her, but to show her this one specific thing so that she know that it was God communicating to her that it was God. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. So it's crazy that I'm actually talking about this right now, because right next to me is the same sign that I was asking God for, y'all. And I am emotional. I'm very emotional, y'all. So if I start crying or get a little teary-eyed, I'm just in a good place. So I did a pastor with God, and I prayed about it, and I said, you know, God, if it is meant for me to go to Georgia on the weekend that I had set to move, and I'm talking about I gave up my apartment, I gave up all of my furniture, I gave it all up because I knew I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I just need you to back me up. And I'm so sorry I am always crying, y'all. But I promise I'll be crying from a good place. And I asked God, I said, show me the sign so that I can make the move. And even if I didn't get the sign, I was still making my move because I knew I was going for it. So days went by. Days went by. I didn't get a sign. I said, okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I did not get the okay from God. I did not get a sign from God until I got to Georgia. So just imagine the things that people ask God for, and they sit and wait. You know, you sit and you wait. But they say faith without work is dead. If I did not make my move and I would have sat there, y'all, let me get myself together, because what I'm saying, I actually want y'all to hear, and I don't want y'all to think I'm being overly dramatic. I did not get my sign that I'm where I'm supposed to be until I got here. And I'm gonna insert the video because, I mean, I guess I can say it now because it happened and it's right here next to me. But when I was back at home, I would rarely see a green car. And I mean like a bright green car. I asked God, I said, God, you know, if it's meant for me to do that, show me a green car. And I mean a green car that I would not be able to miss. It would be so noticeable. I can't miss it. Yo, when I got to Georgia, I saw a green car in front of me. And I've been seeing bright neon green cars the whole time I've been here, and I have not once seen it back at home. I mean, some of y'all might say, oh, everybody drive cars, green cars, whatever. I didn't see that particular car, and that's why I made that password request with God, because I knew, okay, if I see it, that's God. I didn't see it until I left. So let me just tell somebody that you gotta have faith. The time is never going to be right. I moved out here with less than $500. I've been doing Uber Eats for probably a week now, maybe less than a week, and I've already made about $600 or close to 600. And it's been less than a week. So I just want to tell somebody out there that you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Y'all, when I say girl boss, it's not just about the money. It's about the mindset. It's about the mentality. It's about the effort. It's about the things that set you apart from others. Everybody can't do what I did. You know how many people I know that want to move and are afraid, don't know how to make the move, can't make the move, won't make the move, and probably don't even have a valid reason. But let me just tell you all this before I end this video, because we're already 20 minutes in. I might make it about 30 because I still have a few things I want to discuss. But I just really, really, really want to encourage somebody that do it. Do it scared. Do it alone. Do it. Like it's nothing more to it. I mean, I guess yes, have a plan in place. Yes, pray about it. Um, you know, you got to put action behind it. Like I said, for me, I started my job in September because I knew I wanted to move. So I had to give myself those months of time to try and save, to try and find a place and things like that. And even though it did not work in a way that I expected it to, it still worked itself out. I am right where I need to be. Right where I need to be. I've had these braids in my head since February, and I just want to talk about that because I'm probably talking about what y'all already thinking. I've had these braids in since February. I've been in literal grind mode. It is May, end of May. So I've had these braids going on probably 4 months, 3-4 months. But that's not my concern because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I still look good. I still look great. You know, I still get compliments on my hair. Don't get me wrong, but that shit can come later. It can come later. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, you know, trying to hold themselves to a certain standard. And, you know, yes, I'm about to be 30 next week. You don't think I just did whole ass press-ons prior to making this video, you know, just to feel good about myself. Just to feel good about myself. I'm in a new place, new environment. I got literally a new mindset. Just a new way of doing things, new way of thinking, trying to budget and save money, you know, shit like this. I haven't even been eating out. I can guarantee if I really, really, really had the funds, I probably would have been out to eat more times than I can count. Just because. Just because it's giving me something to do and things like that. But no, I had to shift my mindset. I had to shift my focus. So, yeah. But I love it here. I love it. The only downside to Georgia, and I know everybody says Atlanta, and everything is not Atlanta. I actually live in Marietta, which is the outside of Atlanta. I just want to share that also. But I've been in the city of Atlanta, especially with doing like Uber Eats. I've been all over Georgia. All over Georgia. I'm talking about the suburban of the suburban areas, the ghetto of the ghettos. And I still love it. Love it. And I cannot wait to explore a lot more of it. But I love it here. And I've always known that I was meant to be here. Always known it. I feel peace. I feel like I don't even see myself moving in another year from now. Like I still want to be where I am, y'all. I love my apartment. Like my apartment is so spacious. It's near literally everything, everything. And I honestly can't wait for my daughter to to get back home because she is going to love it. She is going to love it. But I had to definitely get my shit in order. I still have to get furniture and things like that. But like I said, everything will work itself out how it should. So I'm not going to stress about the things outside of my control because God is the ultimate provider. God is the ultimate provider. And I just want to tell y'all, put God first. You can never go wrong when you put God first. So definitely pray, have a plan in place. If you're looking to relocate out of state and you don't know as far as, you know, what to do or how to do it, just in a few simple steps, I can share with you guys how I did it. The second thing you're gonna want to do after, like I said, you put your plan in place, you're gonna want to look for a place to stay. Of course, you're gonna want to visit, make sure the area and everything is what you expect it to be. You do not have to have a job in place. You don't have to have your ducks all in a row. You can figure it out when you get there. Okay, like hey, take it from me. But you definitely want to have some source of income or something just to fall on until you know, you find a job. You definitely want to do like a change of address. It takes about 7 to 14 days, I believe. So you want to do like a change of address prior to moving, so that all of your mail can come to your new address. What else? Okay, also, prior to you finding a location and reaching out to landlords and things like that, you want to make sure you put in a 30-day notice so that you're not penalized for wherever it is that you're, wherever it is that you're staying. So you want to make sure you put in a 30-day notice. After your 30-day notice, you want to make sure you're packing. If you're going out of state, you may want to pack lightly. If not, you can always look into other resources. Like I said, for me, I packed my truck up, and I'm gonna also share some safety tips with y'all, but that's gonna be a whole other video, because when I tell y'all this had to be the most scariest solo trip I've took, and I've drove to and from states multiple times, but this one by far did it for me. And I want to share some safety tips for anyone out there that is traveling solo or just traveling in general. But that'll be a whole other video, so just make sure you sub to my channel for that next upload. After you pack, you could do this before or after, but once you're all packed up and things like that, you also want to make sure your personal information is up to date. So you want to make sure like your car registration and things like that is updated, so that when you're jumping state to state, everything is all in order. I know for me, I ended up having to get another emissions check, because I have to get a new sticker. And like I said, my birthday is next week, so your girl is more than likely going to be having to go to the license bureau to get that handled. So yeah, just make sure all of your personal information is up to date. And yeah, before moving into your unit, I guess you want to, inspect it, of course. But yeah, you're going to want to inspect your unit prior to signing your lease, of course. Make sure everything is everything. And make the best of it. And I do want to also say, like, if you do any home shopping, I truthfully, how you see those videos where people were like, oh, you had enough for the apartment, but it's empty as hell and you have nothing. I would say start home shopping prior to moving. Even if it's like 1 to 2 months or so before moving, just start like putting it aside, so that way when you make your move, your home is furnished or decorated, or it feels like home. Like, as for me, yeah, I don't have the big stuff, but my apartment still feels comfortable because I still have like my decorations and things like that. So I completely just started over for real. Like, I bought new dishes and all that. So Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, Burlington, all of those are going to be your faves. Those are going to be your go-tos. Well, those were mine at least. But yeah, just make it work, y'all. Do it what you have. Make the best of it. Save, I guess, what you can. Like I said, as for me, I had less than $1,000 in my account. Okay, and here it is, almost the end of May, and I still have bills and things like that coming soon. But I'm not stressing about that. I'm not. I'm about to start a whole new job. I'm making 17 plus an hour. I will be okay. I'll be okay. So yeah, that is it, you guys. I guess if you have any more questions, comments, concerns, or anything, just comment and let me know, or you can DM me. I'm always chatting with the girls. I am a girl's girl, okay? But yeah, if you have any questions or anything, just message me, hit me up. I talk back. But yeah, y'all. Oh, okay. So I want to show y'all too. Remember I said that the sign was right next to me. This is the whole neon green car, y'all. And these, like, that's literally what I was asking God for. And I said, even the whole while that I'm here, like, God, anytime a spirit guide, or even, just show me a green car. And I'm telling you, I've been seeing green cars like never before. Like never before. And your spirit guides can come to you in different forms. Your spirit guides can come to you as an animal, in the form of music, in the form of an object like feathers or coins and things like that. So like you just have to pay attention, and that's just a whole nother topic for my spiritual folks out there. But yeah, that's how I know when my spirit guides are near, because I ask for that sign to see just bright green cars. So yeah, and that's it for this video, y'all. Your girl is in the A. Hey. And I really need to like work on my wardrobe too, y'all. When I say I have like helly winter clothes, and it's not winter here, it's hot as hell, and I got just literally bunches of long sleeve stuff, boots, literally barely any sandals. Like I gave away almost everything, like to start over, and it feels good, don't get me wrong, but I cannot wait to like get new clothing and stuff. Like I need it bad. But yeah, so that is it, you guys. That is it. I guess I will talk to you all. I'll talk to you in the next vlog, and that is the one you're going to want to see, because like I said, I plan to share some safety tips for you all when traveling. And this could be on a plane, on a bus, in a car, wherever. Literal safety tips for my women out there. So that is it. That is all. I'm gonna wrap this video up, and I will see y'all in the next upload. Peace.